Hello, thank you for calling in. I've got a call here from Ray. He called in on the 29th of October. There's a link to this call in the description below if you don't want my involvement. This is a reaction and commentary video. So, Ray's called in to claim that secular humanism has its limitations. He's going to present an argument which includes aliens in it, and Jimmy seems to recognize him. He's asked him whether this is going to be leading up to veganism. So let's just have a listen to what he says.
No, I was actually going to talk about like aliens and stuff, but honestly, veganism is kind of maybe like an extension of that. Like it probably leads to that, but
fine. As long as there are no go the alien route. As long as there's no veganism lectures, because I just don't have it in me.
That's unbelievable. Jimmy asked him if this is leading to veganism, and he says, well, I want to talk about aliens. It maybe is an extension, as an extension leads to veganism, but I really wanted to focus on aliens. Did you hear what he said? He's effectively said, yes, it is leading to veganism. And Jimmy said, well, okay, but don't mention veganism. And they're already headed on that path, and he's just said that it's going to lead to veganism.
Me today. We've already done it to death, and it never matters in the comment section. So go ahead, do your alien thing, and we'll talk about it. Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that. Yeah, I was just thinking like eventually there might be a day where we're just like an interplanetary species. As I know, it sounds very science fiction, right? But if that day ever comes, assuming we don't destroy ourselves before then, what principles could we appeal to? If we're gonna, let's say we find another planet, in some Goldilocks zone somewhere, and we find the almond-headed creatures that we see on TV and movies, but let's just say that we're much stronger than them, we're smarter than them, we can dominate them, and if we wanted to, we could just eat them.
Ray, let's just stop. Because the real question is, why are we doing so many? Let's just say, hypothetically, because I can just change the hypothetical. Let's say the aliens come and they are hostile to our existence. Then we do have to kill them all, even if they're perfectly sentient. They're identically sentient to us all, but the only thing that's different about them is they're positive. They hate species of it. They have their own space religion. It's like it's space Islam, and everything that's not a space Muslim, they have to kill. If we're just going to start making up our own ifs, this is hypothetical pedantry at its finest.
This is banal beyond measure, because humanism is based on, it might as well be called agencyism or sentientism or whatever you want to do. It doesn't tell you even if we came across an intelligent alien species that we were stronger than, what principle would you appeal to say, yeah, fuck them, we'll just kill them all? Humanism doesn't do that.
Well, no, I was going to say, like, what principle could we do to
humanism
refrain from colonizing them in such a way? Because
humanism,
they're space animals, though, right?
Humanism. I'm telling you, as a fucking humanist, that it doesn't mean this particular species. It's about autonomous agents. It is about conscious beings of a particular type, and what duty you have to them. Humanism would expand and grow. There is not a single other model. None of the religious models are going to expand and grow. There's nothing in the Bible about your almond aliens. You are absolutely trying to make this veganism.
I know. I was just going to say, Ray's trying to figure out.
You think we're fucking idiots to not see it? Like, I haven't had this conversation 100 fucking times before. When you start your thing with, eventually there might be a day where when that day comes and we're faced with the almond aliens, I will stand alongside of you and say, let's not fucking kill them. But until then, fuck off with your vegan shit.
Right. By the way, Ray, by the time we have the technology for this interplanetary stuff,
don't tell me to.
That sounds like special pleading for the aliens, though.
Ray, no,
there's no special pleading involved, nor am I pleading anything. when I say that I'm going to extend and expand my humanism. That's what I fucking mean. Fuck off with your vegan and bullshit.
Ray, because lab-grown meat is that convenient and well and cheap and well distributed. I hope that's the future. I have reduced my animal intake for moral reasons. I try to now only eat chicken. I don't give a fuck whether someone's going to go, well, that's still whatever. I try to do that. I don't always succeed.
It's really frustrating because I don't have a problem with veganism, but vegans, ethical vegans in particular, are some of the most obnoxious, smug pieces of shit who constantly have a problem with me. They're mad that I will happily say that it is morally virtuous, but that I won't agree with them that it's a moral duty. And ever since I had a conversation with Alex O'Connor, the parade of smug vegan shitheads that want to call me out on a daily basis is staggering. Meanwhile, Alex is no longer a vegan either.
Yeah. Go call him.
Okay, there we are. So very much Matt's antipathy towards ethical vegans was in evidence there. And this caller came onto the show. I actually think that he was fairly honest about what he wanted to do. He did actually say that the argument that he's going to present does really lead to veganism. So I'm baffled as to why Jimmy went ahead with the call if he wasn't prepared for it to go there. But really, whether he was dishonest or not, I suppose, is besides the point. I would like to have heard the argument properly fleshed out and dealt with by the hosts, and it wasn't really. I can absolutely see how the extension does lead to veganism, and I would think that if morally you've got no problems eating planet Earth, non-human species, then I don't see why there should be a problem morally in eating an ET burger or aliens, because really they're just animals too. They're non-humans, so there should be no special pleading. And if it turns out in the future that we go to other planets, we will maybe find aliens and we will farm them and we will eat them. So I don't really see why they couldn't have dealt with that point. Possibly because I suppose they would be maybe admitting their own moral depravity in doing so. I don't know. I'm not a vegan, but I do try to be consistent with my position. Jimmy saying that he is only eating chicken because it's more moral just to eat chicken, or it's less immoral. And I found that a little bit strange, because I suppose that you're either opposed to eating meat or you're not. It might be similar, maybe it's a bit extreme, saying, well, I'm just going to sexually assault women rather than rape them because it's less immoral. I can't really see that that's a reasonable position, and I don't probably see that Jimmy's position is reasonable either. But yeah, that's about it really. Let me know if you got any thoughts on that, and I don't really want to see the comments section below the line here become a battleground for vegans and non-vegans. So if you could just maybe comment on other issues connected with the call. Well, it probably will become a battleground, but that's beyond my control to an extent. I prefer not to delete comments if I can avoid it. Yeah, so thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll be back again with another video very soon. Bye for now.